traders, we are looking at Binance paired with USDT on the daily time frame. Look, this is in a really nice trend at the moment. Bullish, okay. It's trending beautifully. We're getting these really steady, consistent retraces down into this diagonal line. And my rule of thumb is basically to be looking for the retrace into equilibrium. If we pull a Fibonacci on every one of these moves on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that a pullback into equilibrium worked out really, really well. Okay, so at the moment, this has already pulled back into my key entry zone, but in saying that, we can still find an entry, get involved with this. So looking at this price swing, low to high, and the pullback down into equilibrium. If we go down to, say, a 30-minute chart, open that up. Yeah, look, it's already reached this level, and I'm now looking at this next swing, this price swing. All right, so we have low, high, low, high, low, high, and a pullback. I'm inclined to, pretty well go for something like that. At this point, targets, let's just go out and have a look, see what we've got on the 4-hour. Look left, maybe go out to a daily, just see what we have here. Okay, this is important because we want to mark up these levels back here. Current price is reaching into these highs. Next port of call would be, we just take the candle body, so that's a level, and after that we are looking at, I like this 50 minus 50 and minus 100 on my fib, and I'll show you what I've done with that. That brings us to around here, this high here. I'm good with that, and the 100 coincides with this high over here. All right, so there's a couple of targets, and if we go back down to the 4H, yeah, that would be my play. Let's just take that out for a second. All right, it's going to go back down to a 30-minute chart. So the way I would get involved with this would be, look, it's already, I generally go with the fib, and even on this time frame, like, it's already pulled into the 50% of this price swing here. In any case, I'd be looking at entering at the current level, or if you want to wait to see if you can get a discount, sure. But stop loss would go probably under here. You could tighten it up if you want to, but there's a stop loss level. Let's just call it that. We'll just call it support. And if we look at the entry with trend-based fib extension, let's just grab this. I want to show you something. Let's just do that. Open it up, and I'll show you a little tool that I've got. And I was going to show you the fib as well. If we just go here, I've got my risk reward tool, right? So you can take a snapshot of that if you like. Got a couple of negative figures in there. All right, so I won't dwell on this. You can take a snapshot and you'll have everything. Go OK. So what I do with this tool is you click on your entry point, you click in the direction of the trend, click, and then you drag it back down to your entry point, and then grab this and place that where you want your stop loss. So if the stop loss goes under there, that will give you a risk reward tool that you can use, right? So we've got, look, a couple of targets. We're looking at 3R and 5R, right? If we use that, first target would be up around 1R here, right? So I would be inclined to close a portion of my position at 1R, and then look for the rest of it, to play out. What else can I say about this? Yeah, I'll just show you the Fibonacci, what I've done with the fib tool. We'll just take that out actually. Hang on, guys, I'll just show you this. move that out. So the fib tool, I generally use these levels here as a target, so I'll show you what I've done. This is my fib, right? And it's similar to the fib extension. So how you would use the fib extension is grab that, go low to the high, and then back down to the pullback. But we've got to change this. Go to Tony's fib extension. Go OK. You could take a snapshot. There you go. All right, I've got a, where are we? That's what I've got on my fib extension. It's just the same thing. So fib extension, all right, so low to high to the pullback. But if you go equilibrium, see how it more or less lines up with these two levels here. So I've, more or less set up the fib extension on my fib, so I don't have to use a fib extension. So here's the fib. All right, there's my levels on the fib. You've got a couple of minus levels there. All right, you can take a snapshot of that. So yeah, I mean, that's fib extension, my Fibonacci, and that gives me my fib extension pretty much. So what I'm looking for is this swing low to high, pull back equilibrium. So we've got A, B, C, D measured move, and this is a further extension of the same, of the 0 to the minus 50 and then to the 100. And these usually work out, and as you can see from the levels that we marked up, they're pretty good. If you're trading like Bitcoin or gold, or when you're reaching into all-time highs and you don't have data to rely on, historical data, you can use the fib extension for your targets, and I usually go for these two targets here. What else can I say, guys? I'm bullish Binance. And look, that's my take. Let's just go back out to a 1 hour so you can see what I've got. Yeah, okay. Look, wherever you enter, just go under the previous swing low for your stop loss. And then there's three targets there to look to play with. The first target, no brainer. It's just the high, and then there and there. So. Yeah, and look, I would be inclined to take 50% off at 1R, and then look for and then move your stop loss up a little bit, perhaps, and then just sit on the rest. And at that point, it's risk free, because we don't know if this is going to turn around and take a dive at any time soon. All right. So at the moment, we've got bullish momentum, guys. I'd be really happy if you were to comment below. That would be awesome. I try to reply to every comment. Just leave your thoughts. Let us know what you think. And hope you have a great day. Safe trading. See you in the next one.